Mom and Dad, that was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. That was the most difficult day in my entire 44 years, is coming out to my parents. So I still remember the day like it was yesterday. It was, June 24th, 1997. I'm sitting in my parents' kitchen, and it was 95 degrees outside, as it is in New Jersey all the time. It's Old Bridge, right here. And my mom and dad are in the backyard playing around, and my dad's mowing the lawn or something. My mom is sitting in the pool. So I'm sitting in the kitchen, and I'm like this. I'm a nervous wreck. What am I going to say? How am I going to do this? My sister and my brother know already. My mom and dad are next. So I'm sitting in the kitchen. My mother comes inside to get a cold drink out of the fridge. And she looks at me and she goes, "You coming out or what?" Like, that was exactly what she said. Of course, she meant outside. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be out in a minute, Mom." And I told her the story, but she doesn't believe it was true. She's like, "I never said that. You're lying." I said, "No, that's what you said. It's in my head." So anyway, I went out in the backyard and I sat by myself in the corner of the yard for about half an hour. And I really was terrified. I didn't know how I was going to bring it up. I didn't know how I was going to do it. So I waited and I waited until I knew that if I made a face that made if I didn't look comfortable, I looked unhappy, I knew my mother would see that and say something's wrong. What's wrong with it? So I made this face, like, ugh. And then she walked over. She goes, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" It was perfect, right? And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. I have to tell you something." She goes, "What?" I said, "Well, bring Dad over here. I'm only going to do this once. I can't do this twice." So she goes, "Okay, what? Bob, come over here. Come over." So my father comes over, and they're sitting down, and they're both worried. And I'm like, "Something's wrong. What's wrong? What's going on? What do you have to tell us?" And I'm like, "Don't worry. It's nothing bad." So I say, "This is very difficult for me, and here it is. I'm gay." So there's silence for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then my mother says, "Okay, what do you mean?" So I said, "What do you mean? What do I mean?" "It means I'm gay. I'm attracted to men. I'm a homosexual. I'm gay." So she goes, "Well, maybe you should start dating girls. You don't know. How do you know? What are you doing? I don't think you should make any decisions." And I said, "This isn't a decision. This is the way I was born. It's just who I am. It's not something I've decided one day. It took me a long time to figure it out, and I just realized it, and I'm finally ready with it, and I'm telling you this, that I want you to know." And my mom is like, I don't know. I don't understand. I think you should be dating more." And she looks at my father, and my father then says what I never expected. I thought my father was going to freak out. I thought he was going to throw me out of the house. He says to me, "Well, listen, you're our son. No matter what, we love you, so it's okay." So, I get a little choked up. So I burst into tears. They burst into tears. So my sister was waiting in the getaway car. I said, "Allison, I'm coming right now." So I said, "I'll call you later." And I ran. And I said, "I got to go." So I dropped the bomb and I ran. So my sister took me to the train station because I was living in New York at the time. And she drove me back to the train station. So, the next couple of weeks it was difficult, being on the phone with my mother, crying hysterically. "What did I do? Was it my fault? Was it something I made you wear when you were young?" It's the craziest questions you could ever imagine. But that's the thing, is that parents just really need to be educated. I mean, if anybody in here is gay, you know that you've been with this issue in your life since as far back as you can remember. You know who you are. They don't know who you are always, and it's a total shock when they find out you're gay. So it's really going to be up to them to learn what's going on. It's really up to you to teach them. So you have to educate them and teach them that there's nothing wrong with you, that it's nobody's fault, that nobody caused you to be gay, that it's not something that you wore when you were 5 years old. So anyway, it took a little while, but Mom and Dad finally adjusted and they adapted to it, and they're okay with it now. They're very supportive parents. They wanted to be here today, but I said, "No way." I said, "I will not let you embarrass me in my school." Because parents do that, right? They embarrass